Where do I begin with this one? First of all, I put my snake ring on because we have a snake.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hi, my name is Erica, and today I'm going to talk about, once again, Leila's life. This time, because she has been going at a lot of other creators in an unorthodox way, I guess you would say. So, as you may know or you may not know, the Dad Challenge podcast, Jesh, I'm in a bit of an odd mood today, but he interviewed one of Jesssfam's ex-friends, Janelle. And so I guess Janelle endorsed something that Leila's ex-husband said, because Leila's ex-husband was saying that Leila, although she claims to have been really good friends with Jessica and Janelle and like that whole group of people, he says that they were never friends and that she's making that up to get like attention or views or to seem more like she knows more than she actually does. And of course, I don't know if she ever was friends with Jessica. I can't possibly know that. But so when Leila saw that, she flipped a shit. And I'll put in clips of her on her Instagram stories threatening Janelle and saying that Janelle is endorsing well, I'm just going to use the term, a violent man. And she was endorsing that and endorsing DV, which, like, I realize that this guy allegedly was violent towards you and did terrible things to you, and that should never happen. But Janelle wasn't endorsing that. She was endorsing the fact that he was bringing light to the idea that Leila was never friends with these people.
Man, I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for the day that Janelle would say something stupid to my ex-husband and then post it and then congratulate a child abuser who's been convicted of child abuse and domestic violence that you like him and support him. Janelle, are you ready for what I'm about to bring to you?
And it's never okay to threaten people. It's never okay to be like, oh, you're next. Keep my motherfucking name out of your mouth, or you're next. Like, no. Leila, if you're gonna sit on the internet and talk shit about people, because that's what you do, it's not commentary, it's gossip, because you don't actually analyze anything from any sort of a social lens. No, you bring no analysis to the conversation. You just gossip and sit there and speculate. That's all you do on your channel. So if you're going to do that on your channel, you can't then scream and yell and curse people out and threaten people when they do the same to you. And I mean, of course you can do that, but it's really bad form, and it just makes you look like you can dish it, but you can't take it. No, I'm not one to gossip on my channel. I try my best to stay out of the drama. So what I'm trying to do with this video is to say that you threatening people doesn't help anybody in this situation. You could have said, I don't appreciate this, But then one thing Leila did that really, really bothered me was she then went and speculated that Janelle is using substances and that she has a substance problem.
Okay, this is with no editing. This is just plain blunt out there. I think you're a druggie. I think you got hooked on meth or heroin in Modesto, and you went to San Francisco, and you got in a methadone clinic, or you started to take methadone, or you had to get clean off of something. You don't even sound like a normal person anymore. You sound like you've had a very hard time with a hard substance. You have one child, you have one daughter, yet you couldn't take care of her. You leave her with your mom. See, you're the type of mother I don't respect. You're not raising your child. You don't get to go off and find yourself. You don't get to go off and do whatever when you have kids. You figure out how to deal with your own shit. You deal with your shit like a grown woman, and you still take care of your responsibilities. I've done that the whole time I've had kids, no matter how many ups and downs I've had. I've never had my...
And that she moved away to get help for this issue, but it's not helping her, and she's just getting worse. And
you're over there getting high still. So if you went somewhere to get clean off of something, which it seems like it, girl, and then you're still smoking and doing shit, that's fucking stupid. You're not clean. You're not clean at all. You sound like a fucking druggie. You sound like you're on something. I take back whatever the fuck I said about you. And it's not just because you went over to Kevin and you tried to be cool with Kevin. You know what that reminds me?
She abandoned her child and blah, blah, blah. That's not okay to say that. If Janelle has an issue like that and she needed to go away somewhere, that doesn't make her a bad person. That has no reflection on her character or the type of parent she is. If she's doing what she has to do and trying to get better and improve herself, I'm not gonna sit around and judge that, because you know what? I'm not a bigot. I'm not an asshole. I'm not saying Leila is, but I'm not saying she's not either. I know I'm in a pretty sassy mood today. I'm on my period. I try my best not to film when I am, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, what I wanted to say in this video is, first of all, you should not speculate on whether or not somebody is on substances or has a substance use issue, because that's a very personal issue, number one. And number two, that is a very stigmatized issue, and adding more stigma to it and trying to condemn people or accuse people of things is only contributing to that issue. Addiction is an illness. It's not something people can control, Leila. And maybe you've never had that issue. Maybe you have. I don't know. But it doesn't really matter. Because whether you've had it or not, it's still not okay to do this to another person and then to say that that makes them a bad mother. Like, I think it's good that if this is what's going on right now and Janelle has that issue and she's getting help for it, I think that's a good thing. I think that's the brave thing to do. It's a very difficult choice to do that, but if she's doing that, then that's great. And frankly, it's none of our business, because if Janelle wanted people to know about that, she would tell us. Leila, you're not as smart as you think you are. You're not as intuitive as you seem to think you are. So can you please stop? Like, if you want to talk shit on the internet, do that. But don't speculate on things like addiction or who's the real father or she might be having an affair. Like, can we stop speculating on other people's lives? If you want to analyze something somebody has said or something they've done, that is fine. But if you're trying to come up with a story, especially one that is a very personal story, and you're making something up, you're as bad as TMZ. Nobody wants to be the TMZ of YouTube because, no offense, TMZ, but you don't bring anything to the table. You don't help anybody. You try to out people with their addictions, their mental health issues, their affairs, but TMZ never actually focuses on real issues or even real journalism for that matter. I highly doubt Janelle is going to watch this, but Janelle, if you're watching this, I'm sorry that Leila is acting like this, and it's not an excuse that, well, my ex-husband was terrible to me and she reposted a video he posted. That has nothing to do with this, Leila. I'm sorry that your ex-husband did that. And I believe you. I believe you, but this behavior is not okay. It's just stigmatizing addiction, and you're also saying anybody who's struggling with an addiction who goes into treatment while they have children is a bad parent, which is a terrible thing, because at the same token, those people would flip a shit if a parent was on substances while around their children. So if you don't want that, and you don't want people to go to treatment either, what the fuck do you want?
See, Josh, this is the thing. When you become a bitch ass and all you do is talk about women and all you do is talk to women and no man would want to be your friend because the shit you do is so fucking feminine, then sometimes...
Like, Leila, and I realize people think she's so funny and sarcastic and haha. She is an internalized misogynist, first of all, because let's talk about the thing she was saying about the Dad Challenge podcast, Josh, about how what kind of a man sits around and talks to women all day, and no man would want to be his friend because that's so feminine. What is wrong with being feminine? Oh wait, nothing. Society just stigmatizes it because it views femininity as weakness or cattiness, which feminine is not synonymous with being weak or being catty or being a bitch. I'm feminine and I don't care. So why do we use the term feminine to put people down? Especially as women, we should know better. We should know how harmful it is to use that as a derogatory term, no matter what the gender of the person we're using it at. When we make femininity out to be this terrible thing, we're just hurting feminine people in general, which is something we shouldn't be doing. And I know I'm going to be called a snowflake for caring so much about that, but I'm a feminist, so I don't care. Call me a snowflake, please. And cue the snow falling. And I guess that's the end of this video. It's about all I had to say. It's about all the patience I have today. I guess if you learned something or maybe you enjoyed this, I don't really know, but please give it a big thumbs up because that does really help with the algorithm. And if you have not already and you would like to see more of my content, I'm usually not as sassy, but like I said, I'm not in the best mood today. But if you would like to see more of my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.